What's going on, everybody? JT here, coming at you with another episode of Pokemon GO, and in today's video we're gonna hatch as many of the new 7-kilometer eggs as possible for the Greedy Gluttons event, and I've got 9 of them right here, so let's see what happens. Luckily, there's only like 3 Pokemon that come out of these, so there's a decent chance of getting a Munchlax, like number 1. Ooh, like I said, a Munchlax, awesome. But number 2 has a Shiny Munchlax, but it did have a Munchlax. Okay, that's nice. Number 3 is a Gibble. Our 4th egg will give us another Gibble. Egg number 5 is another Munch. Number 6, ooh, Cherubi. Lucky number 7. Oh, so close. Number 8 will be another one. Man, there's so many of these. And our final egg is going to be a Cherubi. All right, sadly no shinies out of that batch, but I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty happy. I mean, the majority was Munchlaxes, so that's great. But let's move on to the next batch. It's time for our second batch of 7-kilometer eggs. We got 9 more, which brings us up to 18, but will this be the batch that has the Shiny Munchlax? Come on, or Cherubi for the starter. Number 2 is a Munchlax. The 3rd egg is another Munchlax. Quattro is a Gibble. Egg number 5 is another Gibble. The 6th egg is a Cherubi. Come on, lucky number 7. Oh, Gibble. The 8th egg gives us another Gibble. And here's the final egg of the batch. It's another Munchlax, but sadly not shiny. And here's our final 7-kilometer eggs for the day. Let's see what happens with this one. Number 1 is a Gibble. Perhaps the second one will be better. Nope, it'll just be a Gibble. Not that I'm upset with Gibble, but number 3 is gonna be a Cherubi. Our 4th egg is all right, there we go. We got the Munchlax. Number 5 is another Gibble. And this will be our final egg for today, another Gibble. All right, let's move on to the next day. And now it's the next day, and we're gonna move on to those eggs in just a moment, but first off, I wanna show you that I did get myself a shiny Swinub, which is kinda cool, but also just right now, we just got a shiny Heatmore, which is really crazy. So let's catch it real quick and see if we get ourselves a good one. It's not weather boosted by any means, which is very surprising, because usually you don't see these unless they're weather boosted around here, I've noticed. Only regional that really shows up a lot without even a weather boost is Sock, which is very interesting, because in America, I noticed that Throw doesn't show up that much, at least where I am. But let's see how good this thing turned out. Is it good? It's not bad. A 615-8, I want to say. It's not bad at all. And plus, it's a beautiful shiny. Now it's time for the eggs. We've got 9 more of them. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, we will get that shiny Munchlax. That is the big goal. So number 1 is gonna be, well, it's a Munchlax. Egg number 2 is, ooh, Cherubi. The 3rd egg is another Munchlax. Number 4, another Munchlax. I'm liking these, just one of them has to be a darker blue. Number 5 is another Munchlax. The 6th one is a Cherubi. Lucky number 7. Ah, Munchlax, please. The 8th one is a Gibble. And our last egg is going to be another Munchlax. Wow, that was a lot of Munchlaxes in there. Sadly, none of them were shiny, and let's just take a look at all the IVs real quick, but I don't believe any of these are that fantastic. But no, 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 no. No. Okay. It's time for the next batch. We got 9 more eggs. Maybe we'll get lucky. I did get really lucky in actually getting the eggs, though, which is great. So let's see this first one. Oh, it's a Munchlax. Number 2 is a Gibble. Number 3 in this batch is another Gibble. The 4th egg will give us another Gibble. All right. Well, looks like the first batch didn't want to give us a lot of Gibbles. This one will. Number 5 is a Munch. All right. The 6th egg is another Munchlax. Our 7th egg is another Munchlax. Egg number 8 is a Cherubi. And here's the final egg. It is a Gibble. Sadly, no shinies in there, but I feel like we're gonna get a few more eggs, so let's do this last batch. And here's our final batch of eggs for this video. We got 8 of them, which means we've got 26 today, and then we got 24 yesterday, so that's 50 eggs exactly. That's not bad for this video. So let's see what happens with the final one. And you know what? I'm gonna give it just a little bit more time on this egg, because I'm feeling this egg is gonna be something amazing. Well, it's a Munchlax. It wasn't shiny, though, unfortunately. Perhaps our second one will be better. Well, it's a Gibble. The 3rd egg gives us a Cherubi. The halfway point with number 4 is another Munchlax. Egg number 5 is a Gibble. The 6th egg is another Munchlax. Lucky number 7 is a Cherubi. And this, ladies and gentlemen, will be our very final egg. We're gonna let it go all the way through, and it's a Munchlax. Well, I'm glad it was a Munchlax, but sadly no shinies out of all those batches. And not a single one of these are a hundo, I believe. Wonderful. Before we go over our egg stats, though, check this out. A shiny wild Zangoose. That is really awesome. I was actually expecting to run into one of these eventually, because they spawn a lot, I've noticed, even without the weather boost, so it's cool to finally get one of these, and this would actually be my first ever full odds of this. These have been in Safari Zones before, so, you know, I've been able to get my hands on quite a few of them. And in fact, no, we're gonna use a Great Ball on this thing, because, you know, come on, the red claws with the blue, it just looks just like a Great Ball. Now let's see it. Are you a good one, Zangoose? You are not. 4, 5, 6. Awesome. Doesn't matter. That's 2 shiny regionals in this video. That's pretty cool. And now we're back in the hotel, and I've got our stats right here. And as I've mentioned before, we hatched 50 eggs in this video, so let's go over them. For starters, our Munchlaxes, we managed to get 23 of them from the eggs. Gibble, we managed to hatch 17 of those. And lastly, for Cherubi, we managed to hatch only 10 of them. All of that equaling up to 50, which isn't bad at all if you think about it. A lot of them being Munchlax and a lot of them being Gibble is way better than Cherubi. It's currently believed that Munchlax is a boosted shiny, like every other baby Pokemon in this game. They all have shiny boosts to them, usually a 1 in 64 odd rate. And also Gibble is still shiny boosted. And it seems like Cherubi is still a full odds Pokemon, so the fact that we're only seeing a few of the full odds and a lot of the boosted stuff feels really good. But let's also throw in the eggs from 2 videos ago, which we managed to hatch 24 of them, and this is what we got from them. So for Munchlaxes, we managed to get 8 of those. For Gibble, we hatched 12, and Cherubi, we only hatched 4. And obviously 50 plus 24 is 74 eggs, and in total, this is how they all added up. So Munchlax, we've hatched 31 of them. For Gibble, we've hatched 29, and for Cherubi, we've hatched 14. So all in all, I'd say that these eggs are quite worth it. Yes, I'm not getting lucky with the shiny yet. Hopefully we'll get lucky with it. There's no guarantee. Even with boosted rates, there's still a chance I'm gonna hatch a ton of eggs throughout this event and I'm not gonna even get one. But comparatively to a lot of events where we've had 7-kilometer eggs, these eggs feel really good. Especially because, again, the boosted stuff seems to have a higher chance of coming out of the eggs as opposed to the full odds cherry. But that's just my personal experience with these eggs. I'd love to know in the comments down below, what have you all been getting? Have you been getting more Cherubis than everything else? Have you been seeing a ton of Gibbles and no Munchlaxes at all? Or vice versa? Please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know your stats. And if you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel. We are trying to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we are so close right now. So if you haven't already subscribed and you're really liking what you're seeing, please do. It would really mean a lot. And if you're also enjoying the channel, you should definitely check out this video right here. But on that note, I'll see you in the next one.